So the majority of you guys have probably came from this video, and I received a lot of very interesting comments on that video, and emails, and Instagram DMs. But one comment that stuck with me in particular was this one from the Illuminati office. Are you seeking for wisdom and knowledge? Are you a businessman / woman, pastor, politician, musician, doctor, footballer, student? Do you want to be a famous artist or actor and you want to be rich, powerful and famous in the world? Interested persons contact High Temple, California, USA, and then there's a text and email at the bottom. Honestly, this sounds way too fishy. Like, my scam alert is ringing and I don't trust this bad punctuation. So that's exactly why I'm joining. I've created a completely fictitious identity. Over the next week, Jaden will be contacting the office. Jaden will obey every single instruction and perform every single ritual as deep as she can go without breaching her safety or revealing her true identity. So I emailed them and I told them that I was really interested in becoming a member. And they replied in less than 10 minutes, already asking for my name, location, and number. Keep in mind that I do live in Australia, so the time zone is very different compared to America, but I really want to use that to my advantage to figure out where their location actually is based on the time they reply. And I was a little bit suspicious with this one because they did reply in a fairly late time in California. But anyways, so I gave Jaden's name and location, but unfortunately I did give my mum's real number. Don't worry, it was her old one. We don't use it anymore, just in case they do call. They then briefed me a little bit on what the society really is. The Society New World Order is a secret organization formed by Knight Templats, but today it has been expanded by men that matters all over the world. They say that the rite will happen at 7 p.m, so I'll be there. For some reason, their messages were hidden on my Hangout, so I had to search for their name for it to appear, which was a little bit weird. But anyways, the rite does begin, and I am welcomed and fully briefed on what the society really is, again, in much more detail. The Society is an elite organization of world leaders, business authorities, innovators, artists, and other influential members of this planet. Our coalition unites influencers of all political, religious, and geographical backgrounds to further the prosperity of the human species as a whole. No form of human sacrifices or any other killing is involved. Here we give wealth, power, and fame, so taking of life for any reason is against our code of conduct. We use Egyptian gods and Indian deities to attract wealth, fame, and power. I'm also told some of the benefits, which just sound way too good to be true. I mean, seriously, a 1-year golf membership and a vacation to a random country during this time? I don't think so. I was also told to fill in a membership form, which I found so intrusive. Like, guys, they asked for my Facebook password, which I was no way gonna give. So I just told them I didn't even have Facebook, which they totally understood. So I filled in this form as Jaden, but I really wanted to test how legitimate this form was. So I decided to not even send my photo, which is like something you can clearly notice if I don't send. And they didn't even notice it. And then in the early morning, I receive a reply. Your ritual rite will commence by 7 p.m. your country time. Be online. Now this is the day that seems to go really interesting. They proceed to ask questions to make sure that I'm the only one that knows about this. Make sure you're alone in a closed room with light on in exactly 1 hour from now. We will commence. Get 7 candle, 3 razor blade. Did they really mean razor blades? And exactly 1 hour from them, they make sure again that I'm completely alone and that I have everything with me. Arrange the candles after lighting it, then stand in the middle of the candles. He's going to video call you. Follow the step correctly. I don't have 5 real candles, and I'm not going to light 5 candles in my room on the floor and stand in the middle. I'm literally going to burn the carpet. I was absolutely not expecting this, so I was just hoping having camera not on would be enough, but there was absolutely no voice or video on the other end. I did hear one sound in particular though. I accidentally even picked up on one of their calls and I forgot to turn it on mute, and they literally heard everything I was saying on camera. If I like get... Wait. My heart is like beating the heck out. I am like freaking out. My gosh. Like, do I have to do this? I am like... Make your camera visible. The initiation can't continue if I can't see you. There was no way I was going to show my face, and I had no idea what to do at this point. But then I came up with the brilliant idea of not even showing my face. I'm gonna just show them the neck down. They're gonna see the candles down there all lit, and they're gonna see that I really am a committed member. I cannot believe I'm actually doing this at 10:40 p.m. but I have set up all 5 candles. 3 of them have been electronically lit, 2 at the back, which I secretly have not lit because hopefully he doesn't actually realize that. Just he'll be seeing this in case he needs to, and he won't be seeing my face. Now, I was getting so many calls and messages at this point. I was literally freaking out, but I really wanted to get the camera, the laptop, and my position correct so we could get this done properly. I eventually picked up the call with camera, and the following is what happened. Keep in mind that some of the images shown from this bit onwards may disturb some viewers. It definitely did disturb me. I mean, I obviously went live with a complete stranger, which I do not recommend you guys doing. I just really want to put this out there to show what can actually happen on the internet, even if it risks getting my video demonetized. And then after I said I was uncomfortable, they tried to comfort me, and then they send the rest of the images. Basically, they want me to take off my clothes and use each razor to shave off my hair from each part of my body live on camera. Like, now I'm really questioning if this was meant to be a scam or not. I just decided to ignore this, and I get a bunch of missed calls overnight. If that was too fast, then don't worry, we're gonna go through this all slowly. First off, let's take a moment to appreciate what even sort of like marker they used to write this. Like, first of all, it's not even a pen, it's not a pencil. I mean, it could be a crayon, but like, look at the smudges and how hard it seems to write this. It seems to be more clay-like, like a pastel, but it's definitely not something that an ordinary person would own. Now, the second thing I've noticed is the way they write Z. Now, I'm not sure what it's like in America, but I do know a few people who write it like this, and it seems to run in certain demographics. But I have asked my friend who does write like this, and she says that in her background, they were heavily taught to write in cursive, so she's just used to writing the Z like that even when it's in print. Obviously, I can't really say much about this, but this might give a little bit of a hint of what background or age group this person could possibly be in. And sorry this sounds so movie-like, but the paper. If you look carefully, you can tell that there's one blank paper and one reused paper. First message is written on one side, the second message is written on the other side, the third message is written on a reused piece of paper. Actually, if you look carefully, you can see page 1 written in the correct direction, which means it's probably more like this. Now, you can't really tell what is written on that paper, but if we look carefully and we flip that image, and we adjust the settings on the image, we can see the words a little bit more clearly. Now, I couldn't distinguish every single word on this paper, but it did give me enough information to tell me that this is an essay, also based on the margins and the spacing and the type of font, and it was probably about the internet or something on the lines of economics. Whatever it was, it sounds like a pretty educated essay. I mean, I would have to assume that this person is educated or they're around someone who is educated. But one thing for sure, if this person is not from America, they're in a country that probably uses English well. Now, speaking about where they live, I did record every single time that they replied in an Excel sheet. And I can't get much on where they live because they seem to reply on various times during the day. But they do seem to text a lot between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. in California, which is a bit of an unusual time. But honestly, if we really are talking to this society, I mean, what do we expect? But assuming they're active during average day hours, then they would realistically be located at least 4 time zones to the east. Wherever they lived, I was honestly really disappointed with the messages. I mean, I did bring myself purposefully into this situation, but honestly, this is not the first time a situation has ended like this. A few months ago, when I was offering freelance work, one of my first clients asked for a video, which I later found on to be quite not exactly what I was hoping for. And maybe that's why they're asking for so many details, like my photo, my Facebook information, if I'm married, if I'm alone. And maybe that's why they're waiting for a certain time. Maybe that's when they're available or alone to see something like that. Like, does this person have some kind of kink or something? Maybe that's why they want the candles arranged like that and the razor blade. maybe. But then again, the invite was for all sorts of people, including men and women. So maybe this isn't actually what they were looking for. But in the early morning, I received this message that changes the whole entire story.